So you've bought a new real wood cutting board. How do you look after it? Hi, I'm Jed. This is Cook Culture. If you're looking for a good cutting board or you've bought a good cutting board, looking after it is really important because it will then look after you. It'll look after your knives. It'll make your cutting that much better. A good cutting board really does make a big difference in the kitchen. So I'm a big advocate of buying a real maple, hard rock maple board. There are other types also. There's other dense hardwoods, which can be fine. Maple is the easiest to find and it's usually less expensive, even though real maple boards are not that cheap. You can buy wood composite boards that Epicurean is a big brand and they work just fine as a utility board, but a real cutting board is a big, thick, heavy piece of wood, like the boards that I'm always cutting on. These are end grain boards that are like 5 foot by 3.5 feet big, 3 inches thick. They're massive, they're 800 pounds a piece. You don't need that. They're really nice though. But buying a regular wooden board and then maintaining it is critical. So we sell Boos boards, B-O-O-S. John Boos and Company is the brand, and they make an excellent board. They're from Effingham, Illinois, just west of Chicago, and they make what, in my opinion, is the best boards in North America, and that's the brand that we import out of the States and we sell. But what I wanna talk about today is the care and maintenance of a good board. So what happens sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, is that somebody will buy a new board and they will start using it right away, which is great, but not actually care for it the right way. So care of a wooden board is critically important. And what does that mean? So you need to keep your board moist. Not moist as in water, but moist as in oil. So we use a mineral oil and a beeswax combination. They call it, John Boos calls it their mystery oil. This is a large amount for my big boards, but this is how you'd find it in the store. And you'll always see it's a bit thicker on the bottom. It's got beeswax. So beeswax and oil, and it works fantastic. So you put it on liberally, don't be shy. You rub it in with your hands. I have a video here of a star who is showing you how to do it. So if you watch this guy here, he really knows what he's doing when it comes to massaging oil into a board. And that's what you wanna do there. So massage your oil, let your board sit, let it soak in all night. And then in the morning, wipe down any excess, and that's how you maintain your board. And you wanna do that when a board is new all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean all the time. What happens is that people will buy, this beautiful board, $100 piece of maple, take it home, it's oily when it comes out of the plastic, start using it, maybe touch some oil on it here and there, and what will happen is that it dries really quickly, especially when you're using more moisture when you're cutting, and then it's what's called delaminating. So here is what delaminating looks like. If you look closely at this here, you'll see the grain of the wood, or the two pieces of wood that are connected together, because this is all laminated. These are all separate pieces of wood. The lamination, or the glue, starts to come apart. And that is because the wood is shrinking, it's moving. When it starts to dry, it starts to contort. As you've ever seen a dried up piece of lumber, it starts to bow and bend and twist and warp. If that lumber is nice and moist or taken care of, it's not allowed to dry, it stays as new and as straight as the day it was bought. But what happens when wooden boards are left to dry, or they dry too much, they will start to split at the lamination. And this is the fault of who bought it. So I just want to be really clear about that, because what happens is that people will buy these, you may have bought this board, if you don't look after it properly and this delaminates, this is your own fault. You can't say that the place that you bought it from sold you a bad board, or somehow that Boos, after 150 years, seriously, 150 years of making boards, somehow they have bad manufacturing processes. We need to take the responsibility when we get home that you use the oil. You have to buy this when you buy the board. They don't come together, but Like, don't think that somehow you'll do it later, because you just won't. Buy it, and if you don't want to buy the booze board oil, buy some mineral oil from the hardware store, the department store. It's super cheap. This is less cheap. I highly recommend using the booze oil. Booze also does cream, and I'll explain that in a sec. So the wood will dry and it will delaminate if you don't oil it. So what won't work is all of a sudden you found that it's delaminated and you're like, oh my God, it's delaminated and I'm freaking out because I bought this expensive board and now it's starting to delaminate, and you oil it really crazy and then you take it back to the store in a couple weeks and you're like, but I've been oiling it like crazy and it's delaminated. That just doesn't work, right? If a board delaminates, it's because you didn't oil it enough. It's as straight as that. I've sold thousands of these boards and I know exactly how they work. I've talked to Booz about this in detail. I've got up and down with Booz about how could it delaminate from a manufacturing mistake. Like, it doesn't happen. The wood shrinks, it delaminates. The wood shrinks because it's not oiled. You think you're oiling enough, it's not. If your board has delaminated and you're watching this video, it's because you didn't oil it enough. I'm sorry. But if it has a small delamination, like this board here, if you look at this small little delamination, you can take a small amount of beeswax, buy a beeswax candle or whatever, and just rub it into there and it will seal that up, right? And if it's a nice small little one like this one here, you just rub that in and it fills it up and you're totally fine. You're golden, you won't even notice. You just continue on with your life, stress about other things and move on. So if you're watching this video before you have a delamination, oil, oil, oil. Keep it really well oiled, but how do you know it's well oiled? How do you know a board is looking right? So if you look at these boards here, that I have these examples of these boards, you've got 3 different types of boards. You've got one that was not oiled whatsoever. This is this kind of bigger 1.5 inch one, and it's very, very yellow, and you can see from the edge that it's delaminated in a couple of places. And then we've got the smaller one that is a little darker, but still yellowish, right? And this was a board in which somebody had let go dry and then tried to oil. You can still see it's yellow in the middle and brown around the outside. The oil has not penetrated. It had not had enough oil on it to soak. So like I said before, get your oil on it after you've used it, after you washed it and dried it, get your oil on it, let it soak in overnight, leave it up on its edge and just let it soak. And then the other guy here is a big 2.5 inch end grain block that has been really well oiled in the past, but has not seen maintenance lately. So this is less of a problem because it's really got a lot of oil soaked into it. This will take absolutely nothing to bring this back to look beautiful. And I'll show you the difference of what this guy here, the 2.5 inch thick end grain will look like with some oil, and what this 1.5 larger board will look like with some oil. It won't change a whole lot. But if you take a look at the chopping block that I use daily and how dark it is, that's the key. As you start to oil your boards and it starts to darken, it will radically change color. When these guys first showed up from John Booz, these big slabs, they were as yellow as this board. They were just completely yellow. And over time, with absolute maintenance, the reason that I have, a gallon of oil at a time is because I oil these guys excessively, constantly. So when I oil these, now that they're well broken in, they've got a lot of saturation, I'll oil them about once a week. I use probably 1/3 of a cup of oil on each board. So that's how much oil, 1/3 of a cup on each one of the slabs. I have 2 slabs like this. So it's a massive amount. So if I'm gonna be doing, say a 15 by 20 board that's 1.5 inch thick, I'm gonna use maybe 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of oil on each and slather it, get it all over so it's saturated, and then put it on its edge and let it sit all night long. And that's how you get it to penetrate. So once you're starting to get a darker color and you're really starting to penetrate the boards with the oil and it's starting to break in and it's glossy and it's smooth to touch all the time, it doesn't feel dry like dry skin when you're touching the board. It's smooth and almost a bit slippery. But dry, you're not getting greasy, it just slides really nicely. That is the sign of a really, really nice board. And once it's at that point, you can start using some cream. So some cream is really an outer protectant, and it doesn't penetrate as much. It's got a lot more beeswax and a lot less oil, where the oil is a lot more oil, less beeswax. But what's really nice about the cream is that if you're doing fish or garlic or strawberries or beet or things in which are really stainy or stinky, the cream protects the board and doesn't allow anything to penetrate. So you can more easily just wash it and wipe it down and go. And a lot of that cream kind of stays on, but you've washed off whatever the smelly part is, and you then have to maintain it even less. So you work them together, but you really start with the oil and then move into the cream. And that's how you use those together. So just to reinforce, my message here is that using a board is your responsibility from buying it from new from the store. There obviously can be manufacturing defects in wood. Wood is a natural product. You could have a board split for a reason that wasn't your issue. So do always check in with wherever you got it from if you're having a problem. But if it is a delamination issue and your wood is splitting where the wood is glued together, that was because you did not maintain it well enough. And if you're dealing with that right now, I'm sorry, you probably don't want me to be telling you that, but that just is what it is. So hopefully my trick for you of using the beeswax will help and solve that problem. And for anybody that doesn't yet have a delaminated board, oil, 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 and you will never, ever, ever have a problem. And realistically, your board will last for years and years and years. Like, I can't tell you how long a really amazing board could last for in a regular, normal residential environment. It could be generations if it's cared for properly. So I hope that information is useful, and please, any questions, leave them below. Thanks so much.